Palace insider Robert Johnson has stressed that Remembrance Sunday will be an emotional occasion for the Queen. The monarch was due to make her first public appearance in almost a month at the cenotaph to commemorate Britain's war dead. Buckingham Palace has since announced the Queen will not be attending the event on health grounds. Speaking prior to the royal announcement, Mr. Johnson told GB News that King her desire to be in uniform, when in fact she is probably the last remaining head of state to have served in uniform in World War II. So yeah, it's extremely important. I'm sure she will have very poignant memories too, he added, because, of course, the loss of her husband in April. He was a veteran who served in the Royal Navy with distinction and was mentioned in dispatches over the Battle of Matapan, and so it's going to be quite emotional I think for her. I wouldn't be surprised if we see her wipe away a tear because it'll be quite an emotional occasion. Palace had said the 95-year-old was determined to appear in person at the cenotaph after missing recent public events such as COP26 on the advice of Palace doctors. Other members of the royal family will join leading members of the government, military, and veterans for the service on Sunday to commemorate those who lost their lives in conflict. Held on the nearest Sunday to November 11 to recall the end of World War I, the sight of the Queen at the annual event is one of the defining images of her 69-year reign, head bowed, wearing black and displaying a red poppy. On previous Remembrance Sundays, the Queen will watch the service from the balcony of the Foreign Office in central London while her son and heir to the throne Prince Charles lays a wreath on her behalf. Elizabeth, who is Queen of 15 other realms including Australia, Canada and New Zealand, was due to mark the event for the first time since her husband of more than 7 decades, Prince Philip, died earlier this year. The Prime Minister will be among senior politicians and members of the royal family laying a wreath at the War Memorial in central London. Boris Johnson said it was a moment to come together to remember those who sacrificed everything in service of our country. He said, "It's a sacred ceremony that has endured for more than a century because we know the unpayable debt we owe those brave servicemen and women. We know that for our tomorrow they gave their today, and we know that here at home and around the world, thousands of men and women in uniform still stand ready to defend our unity and our way of life, our values, and at a cost few among us would be willing to pay."